Hello, history buffs. Welcome back to Fabled History, where we uncover the quirkiest tales from the past. Today, we're delving into a feathery fiasco that's sure to tickle your funny bone. The Great Emu War of 1932. But before we embark on this bird-brained adventure, here's a joke to set the mood. Why did the emu apply for a job at the bakery? Because it heard they needed a good dough mixer. Now that we've had our dose of avian humor, let's transport ourselves back to a time when the land down under faced an unexpected adversary, the emu. Picture this: post-World War I Australia, where struggling veterans were offered land for farming. And one region in Western Australia found itself with a peculiar problem: a horde of emus wreaking havoc on newly cultivated farmlands. Frustrated farmers, armed with plows, couldn't shoo away these feathered invaders. So they did what any reasonable person would do. They called in the military. Cue the Lewis machine guns, 10,000 rounds of ammunition, and the initiation of what would later be known as the Emu War. Fast forward to November 1932, when the Campion district in Western Australia became the unlikely battleground for an unconventional face-off. Picture a landscape where struggling farmers, armed with plows, were tirelessly trying to tame the land offered to World War I veterans. Little did they know, a feathery army was about to launch an invasion that would go down in history. The emus, in search of sustenance, descended upon the newly cultivated farmlands like a feathered plague. Their numbers were staggering, and their appetites voracious, leaving destruction in their wake. Crops were trampled, and economic losses mounted, prompting the desperate farmers to cry out for help. Enter the Australian government with a solution that was, to say the least, unconventional: a full-fledged military intervention. Lewis machine guns were brought in, along with 10,000 rounds of ammunition, transforming this rural landscape into an unexpected theater of war. The stage was set for the Emu War. As the soldiers took their positions, expecting a quick victory over the seemingly defenseless emus, the reality proved to be quite different. The emus, far from the flightless pushovers one might imagine, showcased an uncanny ability to evade gunfire. With swift maneuvers and surprising agility, they danced around the soldiers, making a mockery of the military's attempts to control their population. Reports from the front lines painted a picture of chaos and absurdity. Soldiers found themselves in pursuit of emus that zigzagged through the fields, exhibiting a level of tactical brilliance that left everyone scratching their heads. It soon became apparent that this feathery foe was not to be underestimated. Despite the government's best efforts, the Emu War ended in a feathered fiasco. The emus, with their unyielding resilience and comedic evasion tactics, emerged victorious. The military campaign was deemed a failure, and the soldiers retreated, leaving the farmers to contend with their feathery adversaries once more. The Great Emu War, though initially a tale of conflict, took an unexpected turn towards comedy. Over the years, it transformed into a story that captured the imagination of people worldwide, a lighthearted reminder of the unpredictable challenges that arise when humans find themselves at odds with the animal kingdom. And so, as the emus continued their carefree wanderings and the soldiers packed up their Lewis machine guns, the laughter echoed louder than the gunfire. The Great Emu War became a legend, leaving behind a legacy of humor and resilience that still resonates today. And there you have it, the quirky tale of the Great Emu War. As the emus continued their wanderings, the soldiers packed up their Lewis machine guns, and the farmers returned to their plows. The laughter echoed louder than the gunfire. So, until our next dive into the annals of history, remember to keep those smiles wide. Your mind's curious. And of course, share, like, and hit that subscribe button to stay tuned for more fascinating tales from Fabled History.